over than through. Da, da, da. Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times. Best be on my way.
Men, women, children, all barred from entry. A damn travesty. A decade ago, Baldur's Gate would have welcomed any and everyone seeking refuge, who would take in these souls, if not the Jewel of Baldurin. As long as Gortash is in charge, they'll be left shivering at the gates. All part of the plan, of course. Step 1. Create an army and order it to march on the city. Step 2. Shut the gates in the name of security. Step 3. Bask in the applause. Gortash hasn't made Baldur's Gate safe. He's made it a prison. And when his army breaks through, the people will have nowhere to run. To make this city a safe haven, we'll need to bathe Gortash and his allies in their own blood. I met her twice. The first time, I was a boy of 7 or 8, at a banquet in the Flaming Fist's honor. One look and I was smitten. Chestnut hair that flowed behind her like willow fronds, as she floated from one room to the next as if carried by clouds. The second time, Stelmane was different. Even with the aid of a cane, each step she took was a struggle. Every word she spoke took great physical effort. A stroke victim, I asked father later. No, he said, a stroke survivor.
You sense uncertainty in Will's voice. He questions his father's explanation.
Something's always gnawed at me. At the banquet, Stelmane didn't seem to look at us, but through us. But that second time, her gaze never left me. It was steel, sharp and unyielding. It could just be my imagination, but I always felt that it was more than a stroke that had changed her. What, though? I couldn't say. Not a tragedy, a calculated cruelty. Think about it. My father was Tadpole. Stelmane is dead. The people are frightened and the council's in disarray. To exert control, you must first sow chaos. A tyrant's strategy, as father would say. These murders aren't random acts. Someone powerful is guiding the killer's hand, and the city is made weaker for it.
Have a word.
Hi. It's me, Yenna. You remember me, right? I met you before, and, my mum...
Only a truly callous heart could refuse. Besides, our little abode could use a child's laughter.
Yes! You've got a fire and everything. I can cook really good. good. Whatever you want. Thank you, thank you.
But please, don't look at me.
I brought my own paring knife. Now I just need some ingredients, and I'm gonna make something really good, I promise.
What's hiding here? Here we go.
How did you? Oh, it's you. I must have let my mind wander. Enough for you to wander in. Forgive me. I am drained. Ever since you killed Ketheric and took his netherstone, the Chosen's control of the brain has been brittle. It's rebelling against Orin and Gortash, fiercely. I suspected that when we took Ketheric's stone, the brain would begin to break free. Those brain quakes confirm that my suspicion was correct. I do not know what happens now when it receives their orders, and I do not dare guess.
You feel the Emperor's fear as if it were your own. An elder brain enslaved is one thing. An elder brain unleashed will be the end of everything.
Beautiful, isn't it? The mighty Prince Orpheus, contained in submissive slumber. Come. You may as well sit a while, now that you are here. Your company isn't unwelcome. An accurate summary. I have found myself distracted of late. I'm haunted by memories. They are relentless. I can think of nothing. No one else. Not love, no. What I had with Belen Stelmane was much more than that. It was unique, at least when she was alive. You thought you were my first ally. Far from it. I have long sought the allyship of others. It is the only way to succeed. Though my relationship with Berlin was different from my relationship with you. In life, she was my business partner. Back when we ran the Knights of the Shield. A difficult task for a mind flayer. Duke Stelmane trusted me, and the city trusted her. I conceived the plot, but Berlin took center stage. It was she who met with the merchants, politicians, and patriarchs. It was she who negotiated deals and signed off on agreements. Her rooms played host to the most important conversations in the city. Together, we brought order to chaos. At its height, everything that happened in that city went through the shield. Through us. I could not have done any of it without her. Just as I cannot do any of this without you. But now, she is gone.
What's going on? Do you need a hug?
I appreciate the offer, but I don't think it will help. What I feel is deeper than superficial cures can reach, and not entirely unwelcome. Most people think that mind flayers are soulless husks who feel nothing. I am glad you are not most people. Another quake. The brain is rebelling again. I need to focus. And so do you.
Yes, sir.
I brought my own paring knife. Now I just need some ingredients and...
What's on your mind?
I'm trying, but you need to stay with me.
Really? Really? Oh, fine. I'll be here eating dirt or whatever.
What do you mean?
So Bal's chosen is a doppelganger. I should not be surprised. they have ever been among his favorite servants. Orin is testing you. Either she thinks herself a predator, playing with her food, or she fears what you might do. Good. This all begins to ring a little too familiar for my liking. The last time I fought doppelgangers, the Balspawn Sarevok was using them to subvert the city government, aid his rise to power. But Orin, he's more predator than politician, I think. She simply wants to make us feel hunted, isolated. Tell the Lordling that Orin is watching. Seems that Gortash and Orin have had a little falling out. We should leverage that. As you wish.
Shirex's caress isn't just about wetting your whistle. It's dancing, dinner,
Exactly. Pleasure isn't just physical, it's the state of mind.
Doesn't make any sense.
I don't mind it.
It will when you've met the drought.
Oh, Father, give me strength.
Why are some people so strange about Shirex's caress? It's just sex.
Oh, we're not queuing for Shirex's caress. Not yet, anyway. Head on in.
People are just walking into Shirex's caress like it was any old business. No disrespect to you, of course, if you're a patron. I'd probably break his... Do you two have rocks for brains? What were you thinking?
Ah, Hick, you haven't even gone inside yet.
I am not going inside.
Brothel? Pleasure house? Den of decadent delights?
Shh. Not so loud.
Slow down. We'd be better off sleeping in the gutter than that den of iniquity.
Eat more fish. It's good for you.
Don't be such a prude.
Birthday boy's just nervous, but don't worry. Everyone at Sharess's Caress is a professional.
I don't mind it.
Finest fish caught this morning. What'll it be?
It will when you've met the trout.
It's got no strength, folks. From what
Welcome to Sharess's Caress, where the only thing that goes down easier than our drink. A weary traveller, battered and bruised, you come for sustenance, no decadence. A mien cool as ice, yet eyes burning hot. Oh yes, I know your bliss. A sturdy dwarf, a leather whip, she gives, you receive. Or have I misjudged you? Of course you wouldn't. Who can resist the pleasure of the strap once leather meets flesh? It's Fionn you seek, our stern librarian. She isn't here today, alas. Your penance must wait. Well, we've other ways to fill your void. A drink for one, a pair of drow for another. Choose your sin. Nisha, our lovely nymph. But she's engaged in the nymph's grotto on the top floor, sweeting. The client's a favorite of hers, too. I doubt you'll be able to tear her away. But we are blessed to have a devil in residence at the moment. A temporary guest. But he asked that I send any potential clients his way. Everyone who's paid a visit looks quite changed by the experience. sweeting. I'm no fortune teller. If I had a crystal ball, I promise I'd already have consulted it. Truth is, Fion's gone well missing. And my hands may be skillful, but they were not made to turn every last stone she might be hiding behind.
Murdered! Ye gods, the poor thing! Oh, by the mother of cats, I pray she didn't suffer. I'll miss that face. Else, the regulars will miss her more. They swarmed her like honeybees at the hive. Oh. Losing Fion slashed a big hole in my coin purse. I should get to replacing her.
Sweeting, this is Baldur's Gate. I've seen more murders than a butcher's right eye. There'll be time for tears. Cruel as it is, I must turn my mind to business, or, more precisely, the lack of it. Indeed he did. Raphael. Exceedingly handsome, and with a voice that could make the foulest blasphemy seem the sweetest hymn. Twins, yes. Hands of such skill they could turn stone to silk. Your body could suffer no knot they can't untangle. They're through the curtain to the right. You'll need coin and stamina in abundance to enjoy their services, but the gold will be as well spent as you are.
Tongue, spoon. Cow. Sorry.
You're looking parched, sweetheart. Another tankard?
How's, darling? Another sip and I'm like to spill over. But other hankering for spicier flavours. How about you give me a taste? Right as falling rain. What's it to you, chuffer?
Don't worry your pretty head about the fist, love. I can play them all like a lute.
What'd you say, doll? Have a sit on my lap. Let's see what pops up.
Darling, how you set me a quiver. You are a beast among men. No, a dragon, setting my phoenix nest aflame. I shall slake your thirst, dragon. You will part your lips and drink of my essence.
Oh, I will drink your essence.
Hoots! Order up! Another tankard for the fist!
Can say that again.
Build. There.
Someone with all the power of the nine hells. He must have brought so many.
My hands are full, sweetheart. You want a drink? Hoots is your woman. You want pleasure? See Mamselle Amira.
Better be.
Another case closed, another bottle open! Huzzah to Valeria! Hang on a tick. I recognize that face. You were talking to Yanis after I left the temple. I'll bet she's put you up to something. Why must you busybodies insist on interrupting a perfectly good night? I know that look. You remind me of Devella. Fine! If you doubt my conclusions, out with it. What have you found? My assistant. She's posted in the lower city investigating Duke Stelmane's murder. Now, back to it. What have you found? That doesn't make sense. Why would this dwarf kill Father Lorgan? I need something more than vague allegations.
Listen, I'm just telling you all the facts. They told me.
I want something compelling, hard, tangible evidence, and nothing less.
Okay.
That's quite the discovery. Doesn't tell me everything, though. Why was Lorgan killed? No. I want proof. If someone else killed Lorgan, I want you to tell me why they did it. Really? You as well? Devella's been harping on about Baal for months. Fancies herself something of an expert. I assumed it was just a bunch of conspiracy codswallop and fear-mongering. But she's been unusually insistent about this one, even for her. Fine. I'll bite. What's your theory?
Well, first of all,
No need to wave documents at me. I'm already drowning in paperwork as it is. Constable Devella is going to be a real pain in the trunk about this. Since you seem to be on an obnoxiously similar wavelength, why don't you seek her out? She'll be at the Elf Song Tavern. Show her the list, and I'll stay and inform the Fist here. Oh, and you'll need this pass. It'll give you access to the lower city. Well? What are you waiting for? You've a bloody conspiracy to solve. Move!
Game. Play.
I put it on especially for you.
One chicken wing.
Don't fret. You don't have to think about a thing.
I want to. I just have such a headache.
I wish I could kiss you. I barely got a moment's sleep last night. Try.
And no, not in the good way.
Was that human boy insisting on playing his acoustic lute version of High House of Wonders again?
Nine hells! You followed me all the way here? What could you possibly want with me now? What? How? Nine hells?
I'm very good at solving mysteries.
Whatever you think you know, I'm sure some gold would help you to forget.
Oh, I'm going to take your gold. I'm still going to.
I'm just a simple toy maker, an artisan. I don't know anything. They would have killed me if I refused to rig the toys. And they're definitely going to kill me now. I can't tell you. I won't tell you.
I gotta be mean to him because he's the most annoying thing. Loading, loading, finger and not a loading. Don't you understand? It's just too loading.
All right. Just don't hurt me. The teddy bears were an experiment. My greatest invention. The clever little device in their chest allows them to speak. But there's more. Smoke powder inside the device. I collect packages from Valoga's fireworks in the lower city and stuff the bears with it. Not because I want to, because I have to. Otherwise, they'll kill me.
Who?
It sounds terrible when you put it like that, but maybe you can put a stop to this whole operation. I don't know who's in charge, but it starts at the fireworks shop. That's where the packages come from. Go there, tell them Uncle Valoga sent you, and they'll show you the smoke powder. Lots of it. There. I told you what you wanted to know. Now, will you let me go?
His plea comes with an offering. A pass granting you access to the lower city.
Here, take it, all of it. I don't care. You'll never see me again, I promise.
You can stare as much as you like.
Give it a good rumple.
My. I can tell you are a special one from a single glance. You have but to ask, and we can grant you a moment of pleasure. Don't be shy.
An intriguing pair. Takes me back to my youth. More than interested, if you feel the same.
I used to work as a courtesan back home, and my sister as an artisanal masseuse. But men are treated like dogs by the Underdark's matriarchs, so we fled.
We found surfacers craved the body of a drow like a drug. Life is easy in our line of work. Life is prosperous. I'm much happier kissing the many lips of the surface than tending a field or manning a shop.
I'd have to restrain myself far more than any clay bindings do if I worked in another field. This is a place where I can be myself boundlessly. There are so many who come to me speaking of a fixation that no one else has ever been able to share with them, and never will again. A once-in-a-lifetime moment of passion. Every day. What could be better? Don't you want to try it?
Sure, I just want to finish conversation with it.
Trust me, you don't want to miss my signature Mesobaranzan love trick.
And is that your partner with you? What a gorgeous couple. Perhaps we could come to an agreement. We want both of you, silly, at the same time.
Sorry, Pet. I'm not quite comfortable with doing this again yet. Ugh, don't be so nice to me. It makes me want to be nice back.
There are scant few customers today. This might end up being the first day in years I end with my hand alone for company.
Lovely and nice.
I'm not sure not to watch. You keep scaring our regulars off.
That blacksmith was paying me to use the clamping vice.
You have the key to my heart. That sweet
I put it on especially for you.
Game. It's playing.
Don't take it off later. I want to give it a good rumple.
Now, one chicken win.
don't worry. Everyone at Shures's Caress is a professional.
With pleasure.
Looking ahead.
Nymph's Grotto.
It will when you've met the drow. They're twins.
Never wanted the easy path.
Oh, Father, give me strength.
Lovely. And nice. Oh, I'm not sure I'm up to much.
Moan loudly in the library at all times.
Could have.
Easy.
Confuses me for a member.
Let's see here.
Devil's Den.
These things have stayed interesting.
Eat more fish. It's good for you.
Seems simple enough. Time to press ahead.
Such a prude.
Birthday boy's just nervous, but don't worry.
In a word, sir.
Anything of use?
I need a quick word.
I'm glad you came. Not to my door, not yet, but to the final reckoning. One more thing before we begin, though.
For the first time since the Nautiloid, your mind is clear. It's unsettling.
I gave you back your privacy by shutting that illithid in your pocket out of your mind. It can't hear us. I brought you here because I'm true to my word, and I can make all of this tadpole business go away.
Maybe I don't want it go.
Which means you and your lovely friends can remain blessedly free of tentacles. Unless some have already sprouted in places I can't see. Let us speak plain. I'll admit, you've impressed me. I wasn't sure you'd make it this far. But no matter how far you come, you're still on the road to ruin. A road that leads directly to a confrontation with the Elder Brain. At best, it will kill you and everyone else in this city. At worst, it will assimilate you, and you won't have enough free will left to even wish you were dead. You have the key to destroying it in the palm of your hand, though. Very perceptive. Yes. I can give you the means to break him free. I suppose you'd rather suck on the Emperor's tentacles till the end of your days? Orpheus is your only hope of surviving this horror show without devolving into an illithid. To you, he will be a friend. After all, you're at war with an Elder Brain. If I'd realized you were so gullible, I'd have tricked you into selling your soul for a pocketful of beans when we first met. To the Emperor, you are nothing more than a beast of burden, one that will transport it to the Elder Brain. An ox requires food and the occasional beating to keep it moving. You are simpler. The Emperor's words serve as both carrot and stick.
Perhaps it is true that Orpheus would ally with you against the Elder Brain. But if he proves uncooperative once free, You may have to kill him.
I won't stop you. But time is running out. So don't stay away for long. If you see reason, I'll be here, waiting. Right up to the moment the world ends.
I bet you will.
There you are. I thought I'd lost you. Something was blocking me from hearing your thoughts. Raphael. Well, thank you for your honesty. Of course, I should have known the devil would come sniffing. The stench of impending chaos is irresistible to them. And what did he want with you? How interesting. No doubt he impressed upon you the need to do so. And what did he want in return for this knowledge?
You feel the touch of the Emperor's mind peeling at the edge of yours, trying to gain access. Its thoughts slide into yours, turning through them like fingers, sifting for answers, which it finds.
You're telling the truth. Good. I am glad. But be careful. The devil is like a cockroach. No matter what you do to it, it will always come back. I doubt this will be the last time you are approached. I trust that you will continue to remember who is really on your side. Without my protection, you cannot defeat the Elder Brain. You cannot even get close to it, no matter what the devil whispers in your ear.
Watch your back. Oh, for a skeleton key.
Can't give up now. Very well. Something good here, I hope.
Wearing armor to meet my mother and father.
And the other person with you. trainer! I've got him all!
Delicious.
Simple.
Never a dull moment. Can't slow down. What's inside?
I have something to ask.
Game. Play.
Look at me.
Damn, Hoots! That new batch burns stronger than a pit fiend's fist.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Take it however you want. But I'll be having my usual from now on. Oi! You must have slipped by me earlier. Raphael's very disappointed you turned him down.
I bet he is. But what about you? I like to know more about you.
Cheeky. We might be in a brothel, but I'm not that kind of gal. You should reconsider, though. The boss might be a devil, but he'll treat you more honestly than anyone else in the city. Plenty. But right now, I have one job. You. I'm talking to you openly, mortal to mortal. And I'm begging you to sign the contract. If the brain wins, the Illithid Empire returns and worlds you've never even dreamed of will die. Raphael can stop it. He wants to. And he knows how. You're the key. You always have been.
But maybe he does make a mistake. Maybe I'm not okay.
I won't pretend he's an altruist, but he's looked at the balance sheet. No world, no souls. And it's hard to get leverage on an Illithid. They make terrible clients. I doubt it. But even if you do, you won't survive the fight. I'd reconsider if I were you.
I want to. Just have such a headache.
I want to give it a good rumple.
I wish I could kiss you better.
That blacksmith.
I mean, to try.
To use the clamping device. Gondians and Gortash invented them.
I got it. And thanks.
Of course. Set your worries at ease. You're in safe hands.
Put him up! Put him up!
Hey. What's up with you?
Wait! I wasn't really gonna fight you. I was just trying something out. My name's Narber, adventurer to be, soon to be the best adventurer anyone's ever seen.
Why is this me?
As soon as I figure out what kind of adventurer I want to be. What do you think? Can I be a fighter?
How is your fire skills? Here's his tip to get you started.
Right you are. I'll just find something to punch, I guess. It won't hurt, will it? No, surely not.
Yes.
You madman!
No, I don't think that'll work, actually.
Roar! 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 Are you scared? Did you wet your pants? Did you? Did you?
Can I roar back? Oh, like be good. Yay!
Yes! Nobber has found his calling! Roar! Maybe not.
Are you okay?
Good. Let them see you taking charge of your pleasurable destiny. Moonshapers? Could be, could be.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear.
Are we going to shoot one of them? Go.
Happy birthday to you.
Not very good singer.
What do you think? Am I a good bard?
Where's the first?
Oh, sorry, shit. I didn't know bards had to bait too.
Oh, ridiculous.
Bless us with your Gentle, no. Holy, spirit. No, soul, no. Spirit, your powers, your divine powers. Bother.
What? You getting there? Whatever you're doing,
I'm praying. Is that not how it goes?
I have no idea.
There's more than one?
Yes.
Shit.
Yes. I mean, there's the evil one.
Enjoyed it. Sir, I had
What you doing? I'm gonna sniff back.
Aha! You fell for it! I'm pretending to be a dog. Everyone likes dogs.
Unless you transform in a dog, yeah. I like you. Oh, come back. But nobody.
You liked me? Oh, happy day!
pleasure your fine maiden, to feel her fingers grip yours in peace.
Behold, mundane meddler, you step in the domain of a master speller. For I am to be the most mighty wizard!
Why is this me, though? Show me what you can do.
Wizard? W-I-Z-A-R-D. Wizard!
You did it. Good spelling, but that's not what I mean.
That wasn't it, was it? Bum.
I'm glad you know that.
I got it. Know any fiendish philanthropists? Fickle fey financiers? Eldritch employers? I want to make a pact. My soul? I have to give up my soul to become a warlock?
Yes.
Um.
Are you trying to be an elf? Funny.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. I was in deep meditation, see? Isn't peace and quiet just the best? I'm gonna be the best monk there ever was!
Narba seals his lips, but you feel the pressure of words behind them. The poor thing is straining, fit to burst.
Yes.
I can't do it. I have too much to say. You were right. I can't be a monk. I just want to talk. Talking's great. See, you can say words, make friends, tell everyone everything you're thinking and feeling.
I love him. I mean, it's true, but I think...
As he empties himself of his latest slew of thoughts, you take the opportunity to slip away.
we talk him again?
People, eh? How else was I supposed to see their optics?
You are not
Let them
wearing
see you taking charge of your
my mother and
pleasurable
father.
destiny.
Boo! Bet you didn't even see me coming. I'm a shadow, a master of sneakery, a rogue!
Astarion. You want to show him how it's done?
Oh, I might be too good at this. What if no one ever sees me again?
Good.
What if no one ever talks to me again? No!
The Karen
How about we settle on Gondian and
Of course.
If not a rogue, then a ranger. I'm great at chasing things down.
I'm sure you are. You are actually a predator? No.
I'm a bit too chatty, aren't I? Oh, well!
Oh, it's gotta be everything.
Perhaps the answer was deep inside me all along. An ancient spark of arcana. Yes, I was born to be a sorcerer! I can feel it!
Maybe not.
Let me focus. I can feel the power deep within me. Oh, it's coming up. It's coming up.
Or maybe it takes apart.
Oh. Oops. Just ingestion.
Poor dude.
My liege, I swear to you an undying oath of absolute devotion. I am but your humble paladin.
My only companion
I'm sorry! I can't do it! I'm just too excited to talk to you!
Okay.
Oh no. Something inside me feels very wrong. Did I just break something? Oh, I hope it wasn't anything important. These roles sure are restrictive, aren't they? Maybe the adventuring life's just not for me. I really like talking to you. There's not a lot of people that want to talk to me, so I brought you this present. Here. Now, what are we gonna talk about if not the adventuring life?
What's going on?
Wait. What if I mix the classes? Narmer, you genius!
Oh no. He gonna
it out and see. In a word, sir, exquisite. Almost painfully so. My body burned like the noonday sun. Ahoy, stranger! Thanks for stopping by Calm's Garms. I'm Calm. Well, Carmen. What can I do you for?
Nothing much.
Ugh. If it's empty patty you want, get your clothes from my brother Figaro. But if it's genuine quality and genuine taste you're after, Calm's Garms has you covered.
Okay, show me what you got. What is it?
A killer? That's... gods. I've no love from my brother, but that's extreme. He doesn't deserve that. Thanks for warning me, but it's him that needs warning, and he never listens to me.
Okay. So we don't get...
You wouldn't either, if you knew him like I did. Since Dad died, he thinks he's cock of the bloody walk, that I should give up my shop and work for family business. For him, dick.
Sound like he is. Okay.
Maybe you should keep your nose out of where it doesn't bloody belong. Now, you want clothes or not?
Sure.
Sounds good. Get you something a bit fresher than your current outfit.
I mean, I might have a change or two. Seeing what's going on. You are not going to see what. Okay then. What we have in here? Nothing really interesting. They all look nice. Not bad.
Remember, Calm's Garms, here for all your fashion needs. Almost painfully so. My body burns like the noonday sun. I'll just have to try it out and see.
And it... Other questions?
Yes, but they were Gortash's idea, which makes him the inventor.
How about we settle on the Gondians and Gortash invented them?
A hero is nothing without the right equipment. See Danthelon's dancing axe for all your adventuring needs.
Whether you're getting hammered or getting nailed, we've got the tool for the job.
Welcome to Danthilon's dancing axe. Our stock isn't used. It's tried and tested by the finest adventurers.
Greetings, sir. Your noble bearing brings a little class to my humble...
You can turn off the charm, Entharl. She's with me.
Blueberries. Thought I had a sale. You look tired, Harper.
I missed you too. They're already here?
Down below. Here's the key. You seem a nice sort, so I'll assume the insult was accidental.
Entharl's no harper, and claims no love for those who are. But he's been known to shelter us when we need it.
Entharl has been known to charge rent. Harpers have been known to ignore him. Now go on. The short father may send me an actual paying customer today. Right, Sommy. You're on the door till our friends are done. Gods forbid we do any business today.
Don't touch me. Hardly a challenge.
Still breathing, despite everything.
How about we settle on the Gondians and Gortashin?
Should mind my step.
Hi, Harper. May Luna's tears shine on this meeting.
A very formal greeting, Geraldus. You are well?
Yes. Hi, Harper. Standing beneath Luna's tears.
The lad's a little nervous, Jahira. We heard of your great victory against Ketheric.
I understand, Geraldus. Take a moment. And you, Harper. There is something familiar about you. Doesn't she remind you of our old friend Marcus?
Jaheira's meaning is clear. Marcus was a traitor laying a trap. The same, it seems, is happening here.
I don't know what to do. I really want to do both of these. You like they always happen. And if I be able to do the other one, I will be happy. Slowly down we go. Here we are. Now we know. Oh, come on. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. doesn't it? It's still loading. Come on. Load. Please load. Loading, loading, loading. It may be take for hours, but I won't let it go. Oh, I won't let it go. Don't you understand? Don't you really understand? I'm waiting until it's load. Oh, load. You have to understand why I have to do this. Yeah, yeah. All of where we go now. You gotta keep on loading. Loading everywhere. And never know what you're gonna do. Never know what you're gonna do. We gotta keep on loading. Now you gotta go. You gotta keep on going. Now you know. I know I understand. Singing a love song. breath everywhere we go. Now you know what to do. I know it's easy to do. I know it how it is. What is singing a little song. Oh, so looking at mom.
Jahira's meaning is clear. Marcus was a traitor laying a trap. The same, it seems, is happening here.
Ah, clever cub. This is an ambush. Strike first, while they focus on me.
Huh. Why is this an ambush? Can I use the fall on her? Oh God. Sure.
More sketch. Tormented!
Moving.
How long's the effects last?
It depends on the person.
Forward.
Esprit me. Tormented!
many has she brought to Baal's side, I wonder?
Mahler's mark. How many more Harper's dead?
On my way.
Yes, but they were hard to find, which makes him the inventor. Where to dinner? Your fault.
No traps, please. Seems like a good moment to talk.
Did I get it right?
Yeah, you did.
Sheluna's tears. It is said no false face can stand beneath their light. An old code, Harper. But yes, you got it right. Now I need your report.
We had eyes on suspected cultists in the city, like you asked. We thought we were tracking them, but...
They were tracking you instead, evidently. Doppelgangers.
And they're not just working with the cult. Hi, Harper. They're part of it. Baalists, I think.
Sworn to Orin the Red, yes. We've already had the pleasure. Go on.
Everything seemed fine until your latest orders. Until we started to search for the Rashomar. They struck the same night. I woke to one of them strangling Kelvin, while smiling at me out of her face. She said... It said... that I'd report back to you as normal. Lure you here, and... I had no choice!
Hey, it's okay, dude. You did what you had to do.
I'm sure it felt that way, Geraldus. The others were likely dragged back to Orin. Tortured. Sacrificed.
Yep.
I do not expect you to die for me. But to risk Entharl, any citizen who might have wandered in? There is always a choice. And the Harper must be able to make the hard ones. Perhaps this isn't the life for you after all, Geraldus.
No, Jaheira! Hi, Harper! Please! I'm still a Harper. I want to help!
You've scarcely signed up, boy. And there is a war coming. Why die a Harper when you could still live as anything else?
I want to fight. For Kelvin. For all of them. So it means something.
Death is death. To look for meaning in it is foolishness, boy. Childish storybook nonsense. Exactly the kind that Harper would spout, I suppose. Fine. I have no right to make the choice for you. Not when this mess is of my making. I sent the Harpers hunting after the cult, without thinking what it would mean to be hunted in turn. Now they are compromised. And if not for you, I wouldn't even know it. I'm sorry, Geraldus. Harper. And I owe you an apology as well. I haven't told you everything I hope to learn here today. First, Geraldus, you're the last Harper in the city I can rely on. Lay low and rest while you can. I have matters to discuss with my friend here. Until we know who the false facers are, we cannot trust anyone beyond ourselves. A shame of mine. Redoubled because I did not tell you everything sooner. Tell me, what do you know of a man named Minsk of Rashiman?
The name is as familiar as Jahira's own. A hero of the time of troubles, who saved the city more than once.
But few know of his fate, I think. I had hoped to keep it that way. Minsk is an old friend. Perhaps my oldest. We've fought at one another's backs, times beyond counting. And the last time I saw him, I left him to die. There always is. But that is still the fundamental fact of it. Before we ever heard of this Absolute, we received word of a gathering in the Undercity. What we found was the first dark seed of this plot. A circle of cultists with mind flayers in their midst. We might have ended it there, cut off at the root, but before I could send for help, Minsk charged in alone. It was chaos. He was overrun, dragged down beneath a mass of tentacles. I had a choice. Stay and let word of this cult die with us, or leave him and live to fight another day.
Okay, anything you need that?
The world takes much from those who presume to defend it. But sometimes, you get to take it back. So don't be sorry, because I mean to use you, if you're willing. Infection, indoctrination, eradication. That has been the fate of everyone the cult has captured so far. But it has not been yours. With your help, perhaps it need not be Minsk's either. As simply as that? For no other reason than that I asked? Perhaps you two will get along. Oh, the point is moot without the means to find him. Without the Harpers, we shall have to find another path. I'll have a better idea of what that is once we're through the gates. Seems I need to reacquaint myself with this damned city.
My mother and father.
Let's get going. Might be useful.
Yes, but they were... which makes him the...
Anything else?
How much further can I go?
bargain. We can't return it.
If your lot have cracked another bloody cask,
They're dead, Entharl. Doppelgangers were using them as bait.
Seems they snared more than they could skin in you. Did Geraldus survive?
Alive. But he'll need some time to recover.
I'll tuck the boy up tight till he's ready to get back to harpering. What will you do?
Continue the hunt.
Aye. Silly question, I suppose.
Like. Well, we're shopping for a suit. Dinner with my parents.
The Velveteen Elixir.
This armor was such a bargain.
Now here's someone who appreciates the finer things. Stop. Inhale through the nose. Hold. Exhale slowly through the mouth.
Good meditation, too.
Now you've just sampled some of Baldur's Gate's finest incense. Delicious, no?
I don't want to say delicious because the food would like it, but it's what smell. I smell bad. Do I
Aren't they just? You clearly have excellent taste. What can I do for you, sir?
Nothing much.
I must say, I'm rather proud of it. The wood panelling cost a fortune, but it's so worth it for the luxe atmosphere it provides.
Okay. See ya. Nothing much. Like I done this and this right, so yeah.
fancy, but good armor is hard to find. Maybe I could wear it to dinner with your folks.
You are not wearing armor to meet my mother and father.
Hells, not this again.
The brain is resisting its orders. Without all 3 stones to control it, it will soon start acting on its own will.
A crooked touch.
Is that blood? No, never mind. Moving in. I'll give it a shot.
Sorry, chum, can't let you through. Worms Rock's closed for the day. Valeria? Well, I'm not messing about with a murder inquiry for damn sure. Straight ahead across the bridge. A blind ogre couldn't miss it.
Are they going to arrest us?
get you this. Good. Yeah, and now the bear is far away.
Halt! We do not know how you gained entry, but your trespass shall not be punished. Lord Gortash has been expecting you.
The Watcher's presence fades, but another takes its place. Confident, dominant, commanding.
My most esteemed guest, we meet at last. I am Lord Enver Gortash. You are the prison bearer, slayer of the dread General Ketheric Thorn. I welcome you to Baldur's Gate, my city. Of course. My Steel Watchers are rather adept at keeping the peace, but not entirely suitable for polite conversation. Allow me to formally invite you to my inauguration. Make your way to the ceremonial hall.
Personal invitation from Gortash. We shouldn't have any more trouble from the guards.
To the audience chamber.
Tell them what happened, and we'll be home in no time.
steel watchers. I'm telling you.
Ah, they're harmless. Except if you're a criminal.
Sure, expecting you.
But does it really matter?
Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Meaning?
Meaning that in the games of generals and duke.
If it isn't little Will's chums. I hope he hasn't been too much trouble. Heard about his father. The dead three's puppet. A travesty, really. He's upstairs in Worm's Rock, ordaining Gortash as Archduke. A splendid shindig, I hear. Perfect for crashing. Go on up. We'll talk after. And bring the pup along, if you can. I'd hate for him to miss the fun.
Ravengard's a hero. Elturel would still be stuck in the hells if it weren't for him.
Have you seen the tieflings at the south gate? Casted out by their own city.
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
No. No way, Jose. Look around. Okay. Seeing a lot more people in. Oh, good stretch.
Let's move.
Something's not right about those steel watchers. I'm telling you.
Flaming Fist Barracks. Authorized personnel only.
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Gortash a visit. A fate to remember, I guarantee.
Stay here for a little bit. When you're back.
Yes? You're sure?
Yes, I'm very sure.
Later, then. I tell you not to get in trouble, but I suspect it will find you whether you like it or not.
Hey, listen.
Shapeshifter
shapeshifters in the Harpers. My dad always admired their mission. Said they gave up their entire lives so we could live safely and asked for nothing in return. We'll rout them, right? For the city and for Dad.
Hell yes.
I fought proudly alongside Harpers once. But it seems we cannot place our trust in them now. Not while Orin has their ranks infiltrated. Wherever you need me. I'll be right here in camp. Take care out there.
Even the venerable Harpers are compromised by the Absolute's poison. A grim turn of events, but one we must take in our stride.
We can't rely on the Harpers. Not when Orin has them infested with shapeshifters. We're on our own. Though, I suppose we're used to it by now.
Orin be damned. Her bloody fingerprints are all over this city. Skaketh! You know Raphael holds the key to the prince's freedom, and you turned away! Return to Raphael. We've no other choice.
The Harpers have been compromised. A balancing power now unbalanced. Jaheira's support has been invaluable. We should return it in kind. Mind flayers are like devils. They just sport tentacles rather than wings. Clever, manipulative, exploitative. The Emperor says he's a friend. I think we'd be fools to believe him. Maybe it's true. Maybe Stelmane allied with a mind flayer and subjected the city to their political will. Or maybe he made an offer she couldn't refuse. Yes, and at a great cost, partial ceremorphosis. I won't begrudge you your choice. As for me, though, I'm not ready. I might never be. Gods, yes. I can feel its energy, its essence filling me to near bursting. Very well. I will avail myself of the astral tadpole's powers. That's the spirit.
Life pulses from within. The parasite's thoughts whisper at the edge of your mind. It wants to share itself with you. It wants to be let in.
Go on. Don't be afraid. It only wants to help you evolve.
Coldness seeps through your veins as the tadpole awakens, its yearning almost unbearable. Your mind is a veritable feast. The tadpole's essence courses through you. Where it touches, your flesh, glands, organs contract and flood with pure thought. You feel different. Your body has never felt more connected. Your mind present in every flex of a joint or muscle.
Perhaps, once the others see what you can do, they will consider trying it for themselves.
Maybe it'll bring us closer.
How can I help? I can only imagine what I could do were I to adopt the biology of a mind flayer. Certainly doesn't seem to have done you any harm. Or rather, you've not yet done me any harm. Still, there are undoubtedly risks to such a transformation. If this is what the fates have offered to aid our cause, then who am I to refuse? I'll take your tadpole. Let's see what it has to offer.
Need to find a way forward.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
So much for the cavalry riding to our rescue. This is what we get for putting our faith in a network of spies, I suppose. Oh, darling, I'm hurt. I thought we had something special. I guess I'll spend my evenings lounging here while you do all the hard work. It sounds awful.
How can I help? With pleasure. Lead on. I applaud your taste.
Life pulses from within. The parasite's thoughts whisper at the edge of your mind. It wants to share itself with you. It wants to be let in.
Go on. Don't be afraid. It only wants to help you evolve.
A coldness seeps through your veins as the tadpole awakens, its yearning almost unbearable. Your mind is a veritable feast. The tadpole's essence courses through you. Where it touches, your flesh, glands, organs contract and flood with pure thought. You feel different. Your body has never felt more connected. Your mind present in every flex of a joint or muscle.
Perhaps, once the others see what you can do, they will consider trying it for themselves.
Now give me that.
What to do?
Go ahead. I'm listening. I question the wisdom of that decision, but so be it. I'll be here in the meantime, idling away the hours.
I have a lot on my mind.
Is there something you want to talk about, my dear? Darling, I thought you'd never ask. Lead on.
telling you.
And tell me what you're doing in the house.
Ah, they're harmless. Except if you're a criminal, of course.
Well, most people are idiots, Will. You can lure them into a dragon's maw if you promise a bag of sweets.
It's more than that. The way they look at you. Judging you. Don't like it.
You're not being paid to like it. If I were you, I'd focus on my own job and leave the Steel Watchers to theirs. Another step forward.
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber. Audience chamber.
Safety, sweets, it's the same principle.
Kinspeople, Baldurians, and dearest Duke Ravengard, thank you for joining me on this exceptional day.
It's him. Gortash.
Hey, we here for Will. Don't forget that. Colin. We'll bash him in later.
This is it. I can practically taste his blood from here.
father's here, Karlak. Cool your fires. He must not come to harm.
Yeah. Exactly. Thinking the idea of bringing color here, probably. But let's see. Oh. I like my blue. Oh yeah, baby.
You're asking a lot. But I can wait. For a while at least. Let's get Baldur's Gate safe. Then rip his throat out.
You can do this, Clever.
A moment, please, my friends. An old acquaintance has come to pay her respects. Please, Karlak, come and say a proper hello.
Hi. Love your jacket.
My respects! You're lucky I've agreed not to shove my boot up your...
Butthole? I know what you think.
Ah, how I've missed your colourful turns of phrase. We must catch up just as soon as I've had words with your little friend.
Lilo? Lilo?
As for you, I understand congratulations are in order. Thorm's defeat hasn't gone unnoticed. You're known for who you are and for that netherstone that you carry.
Okay, and...
The quakes are a clear warning. If nobody steps in soon, it'll free itself from the authority of the crown. I expect it'll start with turning the Sword Coasts infected. You among them. That prism of yours won't last indefinitely.
don't know.
Next, the grand design. The Mind Flayer Empire reborn. If we're lucky, we'll become slaves. If we're unlucky, well...
May I ask when you were...
Not the most thrilling of prospects, but it's a fate that can be avoided. If you and I come to an understanding.
Of what? Of me working with you? Hell no, dude. Hell no. But I would still like to know a little bit about you. Do you have like gold on your arm? How?
Together, we can still restore authority over the brain.
So you can be king and take over the world?
Of course. Gortash always did have an eye for opportunity.
Why did the crown fail? If the
It's not. But it will not follow new orders unless the Netherstones are united to give the command.
I know about that.
When it finishes executing its current orders, it will be free to do as it wishes. That will be bad for everyone.
So like the Powerpuff Girls, they work together. They need to work together to complete the circle.
Once it is freed from its shackles, I doubt we'll ever be able to bring it under control again.
I'm sorry, but no. I'm not feeling both.
The likes of you stand to benefit from the likes of me.
Like how? Give me a example. And stop doing that smoky grin on your face. Yeah, be angry. Shoot you better.
There's an old wisdom. A brittle alliance can never be mended. It can only break.
Interesting. And anything else you want to add? It's black.
With Ketheric gone, Orin proved treacherous. Baal's chosen wants the Netherstones for herself. She only cares for blood. And your blood and mine are of particular interest to her.
I figure. Do you know where she is? You're not afraid of her.
You've met her assassins. Efficient killers, by all accounts. I know you survived previous encounters, but she won't relent.
I know she won't.
Orin changes shape faster than you and I change clothes. You know. She's tricked you before.
Yes. Sally, yes. Yes, she has.
She's targeted me as well. I'm well protected, but she's extremely good at what she does.
Okay, and
If Orin obtains all 3 Netherstones, she'll plunge the coast into chaos and paint the city in blood.
oh, I figured about that too. Sadly enough.
I can't let that happen. I want to lead this city to glory, not scorch its earth.
So you just want this big castle all you yourself. It's going to take a lot to trust you.
I'd like to propose a pact, a divine oath sworn upon spirit and flesh. I do no harm to you, nor you to me.
No promises, dude. For me, I would have said no promises, dude.
Furthermore, you'll have nothing to fear from my steel watch while our pact stands.
That seemed a good choice.
Thorm's stone is yours to keep. When you slay Orin and take her stone, you bring it here. So the 3 are united once again. Together we rule Faerun as kings. No, more than kings. Gods. We rule as the absolute.
Oh God, no. I'm not a king or queen or a god. I'm just a person who wants to help a lot more people.
And my father?
Your father will do whatever you command him to, like any other subject in our kingdom.
Oh.
What do you say? Shall we be allies?
I just can't. I just can't. Oh God, this is tough.
I can detect no deceit. This alliance could serve us well. And if it does not, well, we need not honor it.
Very, very true. Thank you. Thank you. Might be in my head, like, might feel it too.
Let's be allies, said the viper to the frog.
I know, Carla, you're mad, but do some insight. Sometimes you gotta look at this. Save. 15. I believe we can do it a little bit higher. Come on. Come on. Big number. Big number. Oh, yes. 60. Thank you, dice roll.
Gortash's eyes blink in a consistent rhythm. He stands calmly, confidently. He fully intends to share his kingdom with you.
And then stab it right in the back. As allies, to see none of you.
Then let it be writ by the black hand of Bane. I, Lord Enver Gortash, swear I shall do you no harm. We will rise together over Toriel as a roaring sun.
I know, Carla, you're angry. But we will break that oath.
This isn't going to end well. Mark my words.
I know.
I understand your concerns, my old friend. But allow me to demonstrate why you made the right choice. Your camp is compromised. One among you is an imposter, a faceless.
I'm assuming the kid.
Who, I can't say. I'd suggest a thorough investigation. You'll find I speak the truth.
Like camp or in my group party?
An imposter? But who in the hell's...
The kid. Yonder. I'm sorry. I could tell about Yonder's expression and...
The faceless in your camp is like a knife at your throat. Remove it quickly, or any alliance between us would be exceedingly short-lived. First, Orin the Red, bloody dagger of Baal, causes panic in the streets through killings in the Absolute's name.
And I'm assuming careful.
Next, the threat of the Absolute's monstrous armies formed by Merkel's general, Ketheric Thorn. In such circumstances, people crave strong leaders. Leaders that bring law, order, and protection. Leaders like me, Bane's unyielding hand, author of justice. You are soon to witness the people of Baldur's Gate granting me complete power over them, all out of fear of the Absolute.
Cool, evil man.
Next, we will declare curfew and begin infecting the masses. Our subjects will hear the voice of their absolute god. The faithful will do anything in the name of their god. Powerful connections. Let's leave it at that.
Okay. But I'm still curious.
Our tyranny. And we are saviors. Defenders of the Sword Coast. Our loyal subjects will love us, not hate us.
I'd rather they hate us than love us. You know?
What comes next will be entirely their fault.
I want to punch him so badly. Very clever.
More importantly, just. Now, come, be witness as I make history as the first Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
I really want to see his power. Fine. Let's get it over with.
You will follow me, and you will show due respect.
I would still act like a kid that's like... No, I don't want to go.
Distinguished dukes, patriarchs, dearest Ravengard, I will heed your call. A new chapter begins.
Enver Gortash, swearest thou by Balduran's blade to defend the citizens of Baldur's Gate from enemies within and without?
I swear.
No, you don't, dude. Oh.
Swearest thou true faith and fealty to the same, by word, deed, and decree, so that none may suffer?
Look at that evil.
I swear.
Gathered guests, grant ye consent?
What's the object? Oh, to a...
Enver Gortash, the Council appoints you Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
I mean, I really want to say nothing, but we aligned this dude and... I have to nod.
My friends, the Steel Watch stands ready. Let its blade fall on any who would diminish our city.
Shouldn't I just want his golden hand ring? Well, I think this is a good enough just to stop it right now. I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you in the next video of this game. And I promise you we will come back to this later. So, bye y'all.